How do you think the dark web resists the government?
Private browsers like VPNs, like Tor.
What do you know about the dark web, and please elaborate?
What I know about the dark web? Well, I know it's a very dark place where they sell guns, babies, bodies. They have like live executions and like some crazy stuff I heard about the dark web. Like, for example, I heard like babies can go up to for like 500,000, and it's like a pretty scary place, you know. And like I heard a lot of people, like, you know, human trafficking also occurs on the dark web, so, you know, watch out for that.
What do you know about the dark web, and please elaborate?
Personally, I don't really know much about the dark web. I've heard some things about it, like it's used to sell illegal things and it's very like private. It's hard to get onto.
How do you think the dark web avoids government overwatch?
Well, I think it's probably like private browsers and encrypted networks, stuff like that I read about.
My name is Alan.
And my name is Connor.
Our topic is about something many people may have heard about but not actually know much about except for the general things that occur on it. The dark web, not to be confused with the deep web. The dark web is a space below the surface web and deep web where the illicit trading of things such as drugs and weapons occur, as well as the trafficking of people. The dark web was not something that was created, but rather something that happened through a lack of proper safety measures to keep certain powers, such as Tor, out of the hands of dangerous and bad people.
Currently, the dark web is a set of anonymous websites hosted on the deep web. In order to access these websites, you need special software like Tor to hide your IP address. It is vital that your IP address stays hidden because it will reveal your location to others when you access one of these thousands of sites.
The dark web was started to provide the illicit trading of illegal products without government overview. It grew larger and more successful with illegal operations like the Silk Road. The Silk Road was a drug-selling site that lasted only from 2011 to 2013, but was able to bring in around $1.2 billion.
The FBI is able to run covert operations to track down the people in charge of sites like the Silk Road, and have even taken down secret pedophile rings. Unfortunately, even with these successes, much of the illegal activity occurring on the dark web is still operating anonymously, out of government control, in areas of the world that the government cannot reach due to international laws, and in places that the government cannot find due to the constant scrambling of the IP address.
Sadly, the dark web has infiltrated regular life, putting a majority of people at risk when using online platforms that they believe are safe. But with most people not having an understanding on how to truly protect themselves while on the internet, we, the regular people, are minnows swimming in shark-infested water. The biggest threat to the average person from the dark web is identity theft. With platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram wanting to use your location and personal information to create a more enjoyable experience when using their services, it puts the users at risk. The information that is provided, such as emails, addresses, date of birth, and age, sometimes is enough information to access highly sensitive information of the user. This, along with other platforms of online shopping, put people at extreme risk by having so much information out there. All it would take is one single hack into the database of a company such as Amazon, and you would have the billing information of millions of people. That can easily ruin lives and has ruined lives.
However, there are solutions to this problem. In addition to the FBI, there are other government agencies that act against these illegal organizations. Some of these agencies would include the NSA, DEA, and CISA, all of which act in fighting the threats of the dark web, finding the criminal, and bringing whomever it may be to justice.
The National Security Agency, NSA, is a national-level intelligence agency of the United States Department of Defense. Under the authority of the Director of National Intelligence, the NSA is responsible for global monitoring, collection, and processing of information and data for foreign and domestic intelligence and counterintelligence purposes, specializing in a discipline known as signals intelligence. The NSA is also tasked with the protection of U.S. communications networks and information systems. The NSA relies on a variety of measures to accomplish its missions. According to a 2010 article in the Washington Post, every day, collection systems at the National Security Agency intercepts and stores 1.7 billion emails, phone calls, and other types of communications. The NSA sorts a fraction of those into 70 separate databases.
The DEA is the lead agency for domestic enforcement of the Controlled Substances Act, sharing concurrent jurisdiction with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CBP, and the Department of Homeland Security, DHS. It has sole responsibility for coordinating and pursuing U.S. drug investigations, both domestic and abroad.
The Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA, was established on 16th of November 2018 when President Donald Trump signed into law the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency Act of 2018. CISA is a standalone United States federal agency under the Department of Homeland Security's oversight. CISA's National Cybersecurity and Communications Integration Center provides 24/7 cyber situational awareness, analysis, incident response, and cyber defense capabilities to the federal government, state, local, tribal, and territorial governments, the private sector, and international partners.
These are just a few of the many agencies that work around the clock to protect us from the dangers of the dark web.
In addition to government intervention, my partner and I believe that some solutions for the dark web could be putting in place some kind of form of online security education for the people to be able to read and listen to in order for them to learn how to properly protect themselves when using any kind of technology or platform that could potentially put them at risk. The dark web is a very bad place, but its existence proves and brings into light some of the truths in the novel 1984 by George Orwell. Through the existence of the dark web, we have seen the creation of many government agencies that are meant to be able to drop in on any technology that they deem to be performing any kind of suspicious action, just as in 1984. At the moment, it seems to be that the government is using its power for the benefit of the people. However, if this were to change and the government were to become corrupt and become communist or fascist, these powers could be used to eliminate those who speak against or disagree with the government. Who knows when the time will come when we have to be careful of what we say or do.